Good morning, y'all. Let me get this clipped on here. There we go. That'll have to work. All right. So, let's see if we can get it more up in my business. Okay. Here we go. Adjustment. All right. Now. Good morning, y'all. Okay. It is beautiful out. It is absolutely gorgeous, darlings. Just gorgeous, okay? And I hope every one of you is able to appreciate what we have. But you know what? I might need a blanket. Let me go run and get one. I'll be right back, okay? So, some of you, well, I don't know if some of you are going to be asking or if none of you are going to be asking, but frankly, it don't matter. Now, we got my blanket, okay, because it is early, y'all. It is early. Now, let me wrap up here for a second. Give me uno momento, por favor. Okay, that's better. That's beautiful. The bangs is just all of this, but you know what? That's okay, because that's not what's important. No, can I? Oh, see, this is why these majiggers come in handy, okay? That's perfect, okay? This is why we got the pearls on all the time. Actually, it's not, but you know what? We'll lie and say it is. All right. Now, why did we wake up and feel the need to sermonize, okay? And that is le $1 million question, right? I mean, no, it's not, because nobody's going to be paying me $1 million, but Lord, that's hot. Oh, we gotta let that air out. Oh my goodness gracious, great googly moogly. Oh, that's terrible. Whew. My poor tongue. Oh, babies. I apologize. Whew. Oh, that was terrible. Burnt the ever-loving shiznits out of my tongue. Anyways. Now, I woke up because after posting and feeling spicy last night, I couldn't sleep. All right, I woke up still feeling a little tumultuous, right? But it's also a beautiful morning. And what does one do when you wake up and you can't sleep? You wake up and you enjoy the morning, okay? So we're doing that. And I also realized that I understand, you know, I absolutely deeply understand why it is so scary and nerve-wracking, and why it's so much easier to stick your head in the sand right now. I really, really do, okay? Don't think that I don't. And It's because there is nothing more terrifying than realizing every single person, regardless of political affiliation, that you have ever voted for is a prostitute, okay? We're gonna be real honest and frank about this, okay? They're a prostitute, and every single one of them, basically, in my opinion, since JFK got shot, every single elected official that you have ever voted for, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, you know, it doesn't matter, independent, every single one of them that you voted for is more than happy to whore themselves out to anybody that comes along with a paycheck so that they can rip you off, all right? Because that's what they're doing. Every single one of these people that has been in office continuously for nigh on a decade, some of them more. I mean, shoot, Lindsey Graham, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer together, I mean, they've never had another job, okay? And every single one of them, the only thing they want to do when they get into office is to find new ways to steal your money, all right? And and if there's one of us that manages to get a little traction and cause a little change and may get into office and not do that, you know what they do? They kill us. Exhibit A, Mr. Charlie Kirk. Because whatever you might have personally felt about the man, all he was doing was talking. All he was doing was exercising his First Amendment right to talk to people. And he got killed. And I don't believe all of the theories running around about who did it or why. But I do think that our government was involved. I think our government was complicit, if not the active participant. And it's because all they want to do is steal your money. That's it. They're all whores and prostitutes, darlings. And it is an awfully terrifying and overwhelming, seemingly insurmountable problem to recognize that that's the truth. It is. You know how I know it is? Because I have to wake up and I have to wrangle with that that mental anaconda every morning. Every morning, every day. I have to wake up and I have to climb the mountain of recognizing that our government is out to fleece us. They will do everything. Look at how many illegals they've imported. Look at it. They let them come in. They overran your neighborhood so that they could get more votes. Because that's what it's about. We know it's what it's about. It's so blatantly obvious out in the moment now that that's what that's about. That if you can't recognize it, baby, you're either tarded or complicit, in my opinion. And it's time to wake up. It's painful, babies, believe me. It is painful because every day you have to wake up, you have to look that demon in the face, and you have to recognize and wrestle with the thought of, what if there's nothing you can do? And wrestle with the behemoth that is our government's out to screw us over, darlings, and take your money for doing nothing, for doing nothing other than screwing you over for somebody else. All right? Because they've already got their dirty paws so far up our asses that they don't even have to do anything to appease us. They can just get back in office, steal your coins, and then turn around, and when Joe Schmo from, the CCP or Israel or, insert Mad Libs blank here of anybody with a checkbook that'll come along and write out a donation, they'll bend over for him, darling, and we know it. We know it. And that's some tough shit to wrangle with. It really is. I get it. And what do we do about it? Well, what we can do is vote. And it seems like that's not enough. And I get that. But we can vote. Not a single one of these is entitled to your vote, no matter how long they've been in office, no matter how much they may whine or beg or promise. Not a single one of them deserves that chair that they're sitting in as your representative, whether it's the Senate, whether it's Congress. They don't automatically get it. And you as the voter, and this is what I want people to understand, your power as the voter is so strong that every single scam that they are currently trying to make you fight on the opposite side of is so that they can have more voters in their pocket. All right, voter ID laws. Why would you not have a voter ID, right? You have to have a voter ID, an ID to do just about anything in this country anymore. All right, you can't hardly scratch your own ass without having an ID. You got to have an ID to drive a car. You have to have an ID to buy cigarettes, tobacco, alcohol. You have to have a ID just to buy a lighter these days, okay? You have to have an ID to buy medication. You have to have an ID for everything, okay? But voter ID laws, that's asking too much, all right? And illegals, why do they want so many illegals here? Why are they trying so hard to convince you to keep illegals here? Because guess who votes for them? Guess who votes for them? That's part of the whole thing with the Somali fraud, darlings. Okay, that's the whole gig. And it ought to tell you one thing, that your vote is so powerful and so meaningful that they are willing to do anything, include assassinate people publicly in terrible ways to keep you in line and to keep you voting for them. Now, what's the solution then? Well, when these midterms roll around, before midterms, all right, because you need to start voting in your primaries, okay? In the primaries, y'all need to start voting. I don't care what party you register for, as long as you register and as long as you go out and you vote for the person who's never had that job before. All right? It needs to be somebody brand spanking new. It needs to be somebody brand spanking new that is telling you that they will do and deliver on what you vote on them for. Okay? They need to have never held that office before. I don't want to see Lindsey Graham elected again, okay? I don't want to see Nancy Pelosi voted for again. I don't want to see Kristen Gillibrand voted for again. I don't want to see Chuck Schumer voted in again. I don't want to see Tom Tillis voted in again. I don't want to see John Thune voted in again, okay? I need every single one of you to be going out there and voting for somebody new, somebody young, who's willing to put in term limits and actually do what they promise to do, okay? And if they don't, well, baby, next time your little term comes to an end, we're gonna put in somebody new. We need to be rolling through these elected officials like, I keep trying to come up with like a PC, nice way to put it, but we need to be running through them quicker than these OnlyFans girls are running through trains, okay? That's what we need to be doing. all right? You need to be running through your politicians like they are disposable plastic cups, okay? Oh, you sipped out of it once? Oh, shit, baby, I'm sorry, you gotta go. I need a freshie, all right? That is how serious this needs to be, because only until that happens, until your elected official starts taking your vote seriously, are they gonna start getting in line and doing what we elect them to do, all right? So that's what we have to do. You have to get out there. You have to climb that emotional mountain every morning. And you have to go out there and make the choice that you're not going to let them screw us over anymore, baby. You have the power. You are the money, all right? It's not the billionaires. It's not. It's you. It's the middle class. It's the bottom 10%. It's us. And you have the powers, darling. You got to go out there. You have to exercise your vote, and you have to kick these motherfuckers to the curb. So, hopefully, that's what this can result in, all right? We have to start holding people accountable. And whether that's accountability through kicking them out of their job, whether that's accountability through legal ramifications, whether that's accountability through chopping your hands off because you broke the code of Hammurabi, okay? Because frankly, babies, I don't know if y'all forgot or not, but if you commit treason, it's rather serious. All right, I'm running low on battery. I'm gonna have to replace it here in a minute, but you have the power, all right? It's up to you. And it's why they worked so hard to keep us screaming at each other about inconsequential. Well, it's not inconsequential shit. As a matter of fact, it's the most important shit. But they keep us yelling at each other so that they can keep on going behind the curtain and stealing your money and fucking us up the ass, okay? Man, that was a beautiful sunrise. All right, I'm gonna put in a new. All right, we're back, babies. We got a full battery, which who knows how long that's gonna last, but we got one. And now, first of all, this was a beautiful sunrise. So get out there and just appreciate what you have, okay? That's first order of business. But beyond that, you know, I lectured on enough about getting out there and voting. But I know the questions some of you are asking are like, and my poor little, my camera, he's getting a little wind tossed here, but whatever, who cares, okay? Why am I doing this, right? Like, I'm a designer, okay? I would love to make clothes for a living. It's what I love to do, and I do it whether I make a living at it or not, right? Because I love it. It is my art. It makes me feel fulfilled. It makes me happy, and I enjoy doing it, right? So that's what I should be doing, but because I'm good at it. But the other thing that I'm good at, what else am I good at, which is how I ended up here, is I'm good at talking. I'm not the most loquacious, okay? I'm not the most intelligent, and I'm not somebody that has a political science degree. I'm not an economist. On paper, I've got absolutely nothing on my resume that gives me, any kind of credentials to talk about anything other than, the superficial, which I do, right? I enjoy doing it, and that's what we're going to be talking about on here as well, right? Is the superficial stuff that I do have a resume for. But the reason I think I can get out here and I can do this is because I can talk and I can tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. Because it doesn't scare me. The repercussions that come from being honest and being truthful, and even painfully so, they don't bother me, because I have dealt with them my whole life. My whole life. You can't cancel somebody who's already been canceled. All right? You can't cancel somebody who already doesn't have a lot of friends, okay? Whose social circle is already knit tight, all right? And you can't cancel somebody who just doesn't give a fuck, all right? And that is one of my few talents and personal skills, is that I just don't give a fuck, darlings. I don't, okay? And I stopped. I could probably think about it and go back and pinpoint the exact moment where I stopped giving one. But the big thing is that I mostly stopped giving one when I realized how little giving one got me in return. And how much more important it was to me to be okay with myself, even if nobody else was around, even if it's just me on my lonesome, which happens a lot. Am I okay sitting by myself? And can I exist on my own, in my own mind, comfortably, regardless of the choices that I make? And I have made some doozies, darlings, okay? Don't think that I'm out here living, you know, a Mary Poppins kind of life, because I'm not. There are bad decisions that I've made, but every single decision, every single choice that I have made in my life, every path that I have taken, every word that I have said, I stand behind it 110%. Whether you like it or not. And that's a strength. More and more I have recognized that that's a superpower. It is some kind of mystical superpower to be able to sit out here and recognize that haters gonna hate regardless. Because haters are nothing but people that are unhappy with themselves. And there's nothing I can do about that, y'all. I can't help you be more happy with who you are. Only you can do that. So why should I care? Why should it bother me? And I have lost a lot of relationships because I refuse to do anything other than tell the truth as I see it. And so here we are. You're not so smart, not so, resumed, public accountant, right? Because I guess that's what it is that I'm not a CPA, but I do plan on holding everybody to account. All right? That's the goal of this, is to hold you accountable, to hold the rest of us, to hold myself accountable, to hold others accountable for the choices that they make in their life. Our public officials, the random people on the street, and to point out that only through accountability and personal accountability are we going to move forward through any of this. Because we have to recognize that this is a bed that we have made for ourselves. And the only way to get out of it is to start chopping off hands, darling. All right? You steal a man's horse, you get hung. You commit treason, well, We all know what ought to happen with that. Why? Because your choices have, every decision that you make, every choice that you make has repercussions, whether you like it or not. You can be scared, you know, Renee Good, you can say all you want about whether she was scared, whether she was nervous, whether she was stressed out, whether whatever, fill in the blank, babies, it doesn't matter. Your actions have repercussions, and some of them are pretty serious. And the sooner that we are able to admit that and recognize that, like I was talking before, sometimes you just gotta bitch slap a motherfucker, okay? Sometimes you just gotta get hit, you know? Whether you like it or not. Sometimes you deserve to get smacked, babies. And it's just, that's the way the world works. Whether the people that love you give you a nice little tap just to teach you, or it's the world and the universe that comes back and delivers a hell of a backhand, baby, because something will. That's just the nature of the way this works. This quantum mechanics at the micro level, darlings. Whatever you reap or whatever you sow, you shall reap, darlings. Okay, because everything is a wave, and whatever you push out and put into the universe is gonna come back on you, okay? And that's why your parents try and teach you, and the people that love you try and teach you not to make dumbass decisions, not to make choices that have the potential for long-term, short-term, mid-term repercussions, okay? Because they love you. And I love myself, and I love the world that we live in, and I love my country enough to sit here and deal with whoever it is that decides that they need to take out their hate and their anger on me in order to tell the rest of you that you're not alone. You are not alone in the way that you feel. You are not alone in being concerned about the state of our nation. You are not alone in wanting change. You are not alone in wanting people to be held accountable, because Lord knows we are held accountable, okay? You can't go out here and pull a Clinton and decide that you don't want to show up to court, okay? They're gonna come get your ass, all right? And hey, it's up to us. It's up to us. And the universe has seen fit to give me two things that I am very good at. Two things that are, for some reason, I have been blessed with. And that's design and aesthetics. I am very good at aesthetics, darling. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's something that you can look at and it's supposed to be beautiful, baby, I'm good at it, all right? And I just happen to like clothes. And that happens to be my speciality. But aesthetics and standing my ground and not giving a flying hoot about what anybody else has to say about it when I do it. So here we are. Here we are. And this is a beautiful morning, you guys. I know it's hard to climb that mountain and to wrestle that anaconda every morning. But we have to. We have to. Because if you don't, well, baby, you might as well be dead. You might as well be dead. So, rugged individualism for the win, darlings. Rugged individualism for the win. Anyways, go fix some coffee. Enjoy the morning. Appreciate your neighbors and appreciate all of the privilege and luxuries that we have as citizens of the United States of frickin' fucking America, okay? Because we are the best. We are. No two ways about it, darlings. We are the best. And if I have anything to say about it, we're going to continue to be the best. So, don't trust anybody. Esse quam videre. And doesn't get any better than yet. It doesn't get any better than this. Have a good one, y'all. I'll see you next time.